Well, we're back again. It's actually the next day from the last video. The rain just started picking up here a few minutes ago. Actually, we just started getting a little bit of rain from Hurricane Irma here. Not too bad. Wind's still pretty calm. The wind kind of picked up last night and then it calmed down a little bit. But we're supposed to be getting some high winds here in the next 3 to 4 hours today. So it's kind of cooled off too. It's like 50-something degrees out. But I just got through filling up the transmission, topping it off on this buggy here. It was slightly well, I never topped it off from when I did the axle seals and stuff. So I topped it off. It was half a quart low. Did that. Went and got it registered. As you can see, I do need to fix that one of those dual relief plugs that's leaking a little bit. As you can see on that cardboard down here, that's a same piece of cardboard I've had. It has like a couple little drips it does every now and then. So I got next oil change. I need to take that off and fix that. So all thing I got left to do is put it on my insurance and squeeze by. And I finally found a gasket for this thing, for the windshield to get in here. The only sucky part is the gasket is in Miami, Florida, and we know that's not going to happen anytime soon in the next week or two, or week, I guess. So, but that's not a big deal. I can wait, get a gasket because I've waited this long. I got to get some mirrors right here. Get those mirrors. I did get a speaker for it, a Bluetooth speaker. Squeeze back through here, right here. I got it hooked on this mount. This mount was kind of broken. This is one of my older mounts, my GoPro mount I had for roll bar. Kind of has like a little wobble to it. But here's the speaker. It's just from eBay, 20 bucks. It's really, really loud. I can't believe how loud it is. You can hear it all through my house. So perfect for what I need it for. Hey, if it falls off, breaks, or whatever, 20 bucks, I'm not as pissed. So, but I got that, and that's about it. So I've just been down here tinkering around a little bit. I gotta go pick up my son from school. One thing I do love about my state and my town I live in is registering something like this. It's super easy to do. No hoops you gotta jump through or anything like that. It was so easy just walk into the courthouse. I had my dad with me because it was originally titled in his name. Just transferred over to my name and signed a bunch of affidavits, and $40 later I got my tag, got a title coming in the mail. I got to keep my original title from the 70s. The thing was last registered in October 21st, 1979. My dad was living in an apartment then. I thought that was pretty funny. So, but it's registered, tagged, ready to go. I just got to call my insurance, throw it on my insurance, and yeah. The other thing that does suck is I finally got that thing tagged and registered, and I've always been wanting to drive it for years. And we got this outside. It's raining. Supposed to have tropical storm type crap here today. Awesome stuff. Got my 4Runner put in the garage down here. I didn't want to drive it during this monsoon, especially when it's pouring down rain with a soft top on it. Really didn't want to drive it. It's just a pain in the butt. So got it down here. I'm trying to think of my next project I'm going to start on, because pretty much done with this. I just got to do the windshield and the side mirrors and put my speaker on and drive it. So pretty much done. Unless there's some bugs to be worked out on its maiden voyages, I'm sure. I'm thinking about on my red car here coming up soon, on my old heavy Chevy coupe here. I'm going to actually put new control arms on the front because it still has the old stamped steel ones down there. I think I'm going to put tubular control arms and coilovers and a new rack for it because it has play in the steering a little bit. So that's coming up next. I guess do that. And on my truck, I want to do some stuff on it. On my Chevy truck out here, like a new radio. I kind of want to get rid of that one. Put one on there that's Bluetooth capable, and get rid of that one, the factory one in it. So I want to do that, and I don't know. I got some maintenance to do on it too. So, and there's something else I want to do. I can't remember. I have it all wrote down. It's been a few days later. I haven't really done much. I've been like I've been saying before, been battling sickness. Every time I get a little bit more healthy or start feeling a little bit better, I'll go out and work or do something, and then that night I just pay for it. The next day I pay for it. I'm sick. I don't feel good. Can barely talk. It's just like every time. 3 weeks of this crap. I'm sick of it. I've been taking vitamin C, doing all kinds of stuff, taking tons of vitamins, and it's just nothing's helping. So, but I'm feeling a lot better actually. I think I'm at the tail end of this. Every time fall rolls around, this is what happens to me every year. As soon as my son goes back to school, this happens to me every year. But anyway, today, or the rest of this video, we're going to be working on, I guess, my generator. I got to thinking, you know, earlier this week, well, after all these disasters, hurricanes and fires and stuff, I have a generator. I hadn't used it since 2011. We had the tornado outbreak here in 2011. That's the last time I used this thing, and we used it for, I think, an entire night because the power went off and we had waves of tornado or tornadic thunderstorms coming through, and we couldn't even, you didn't know, so had no power. So I hooked it up and I did the no-no. I turned the main breaker off to the house and we backfed it through the dryer at our old house, and that's how we had power. Most of the house had to make sure your AC units are off because it's not going to run that, but did pretty good. But that's a big no-no. A lot of people get upset about that, but as long as you turn the main breaker off, I mean, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, that was the last time I used the generator, though. And it's really loud. I always call it the Talladega generator up the one of the old back of the old motorhomes down in Talladega, the racetrack. This loud Briggs and Stratton engine. That's what my turret is over here. Let's see. Tucked back in here. My uncle actually bought this thing in Y2K in the early 1999 or early 2000, whatever that was. I remember that I was 16 years old. He bought this and 55 gallons of fuel. And I was really excited about the fuel. He gave me this generator after it didn't have it. He's like, y'all can have that. And I got really excited because I was 16. I had a 1998 Chevy Z71 pickup truck, gas hog. It just drank the fuel, and I was excited because I got some of that free fuel in that 55-gallon barrel. I was thrilled about that, and I got a free generator. So thanks Y2K. So anyway, I drove this thing actually to work this past week, one day this past week. This thing was awesome. It drove really good. There's 3 things I do know that I need to do to it. Obviously a windshield, which is it wasn't too awfully bad. You have sunglasses on. It's not that bad for me. I'm used to it, riding ATVs and stuff and motorcycles and all that. But I really want to get a side mirror. I've actually ordered one. I'm going to order one, and I'm going to see how well I like it. If it works out really good, then I'll put the same one on the passenger side so I can have mirrors so I can see what I'm doing, see people, be a little bit safer on the road. And I'd also need to balance my front tires. I forgot these weren't, well, obviously didn't forget, but they weren't balanced, and I didn't know how bad they would be. And had my GPS on my phone, about 65-ish, around 60, 65, it starts, front end of this thing starts doing the death wobble. So we'll get those balanced soon. But other than that, it drove great. Got a lot of thumbs up. Pretty excited about that. And so yeah, that's that. So what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to pull my truck out. I'm going to pull this thing out, clear a path. We'll drag this generator out right here, and I'm going to swap out that muffler, get rid of that little one that's on there, and put this one on there. And if I have to, I'll put extender pieces on there to kind of take it away from the engine, make it a little bit quieter. We'll see. I just want it to be a little bit quieter because it's loud and really it just gets annoying. Well, I drained the fuel out of this thing. I just took the fuel line loose right there at the fuel filter and drained it into this container here. Gas in it wasn't too bad. Take that back. I actually think I ran this thing in 2013 or somewhere around there, 14, when we first moved here in this house. So next thing I'm going to put that fuel line back up, and I'm going to try to take this muffler off. This thing is short and really loud. I'm going to try to put that new one on there and see if it quietens it down a little bit. Well, I got the exhaust figured out and ran. I just went to a local hardware store and bought a piece of 3/4 tubing here and put a little elbow on it, and I'm going to have it pointed about back that way. And let's see what else. I took the carburetor apart, cleaned the bowl up on it. It was full of dirt, and cleaned the carburetor apart, and I just slid it back on there. So now I'm going to put all this back together, and we're going to see if this thing will fire up. Well, it's actually a few days later. The other night, my neighbor came over here, and he was wanting to talk, and we hung out for a little while, and my brother-in-law was changing oil in his truck, and my dad was wanting to talk to me about some stuff, so I just lost track of time. Before I knew it, it was a little after 8. It was time to get home. My son was mad. He was ready to go to bed, so I did run this thing for a little bit the other night, though. It's still kind of loud, but nowhere near as ear-piercing as it was. I mean, it was just so god-awful loud, it would drive you nuts. So that's the finished product. I think I already showed you guys. You can see where I ran it. All the little chrome stuff's already flaking off. That's something for you guys to, if you guys are doing something like this or wanting one of these mufflers, to put in your little notes. But that's it. I mean, it runs. It's a little quieter. It's nowhere near as loud as it was. Like I said, it was so annoying. So let's see if we can get this thing started. I ran it for 5 minutes the other night, and that was it. Turn the fuel on. Runs good though. I mean, this thing's good for emergencies. Let's see. I think out of gas, and we're running out of gas where I put it up. That's what it sounds like way back here. Well, there you go. She runs. It actually, I mean, probably to you guys it doesn't sound any quieter, but to me, being around it, it's a whole lot quieter. I mean, when you're sitting here just talking like right here where I'm at to it, you couldn't even talk to the other person. It was so loud, and even my dad said it's quieter. So if my old man said it's quieter, you know you did something right. So I'm going to put this thing back up. I'm going to let it cool off. I'm going to put this thing back up. I actually rolled it over here on my old skateboard. This thing's from back in the 90s. It's back when I skateboarded back in the 90s. I gave it up because I got tired of getting hurt, and I had scars all over me. I got into BMXing and blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess that's going to wrap up this video. I didn't film anything after showing you guys the generator over there. I didn't film anything after that, really. I was actually driving this thing around. I drove this thing all around town. My buddy Matt, he went for a ride with me. We're actually going to be doing a video, update video on his race car here soon. Stay tuned for that. He's getting a roll cage for it all together, chromoly roll cage, and got frame connectors, the floor pans all done in it. Just he's got a few things done on it. He's been really busy. He's been helping the guys out on some of the Motor Trend videos and stuff you see of Roadkill guys, Freiberger and Finnegan. You see those guys on there. He's been helping them out, doing a bunch of stuff. He's in good with those guys. So that's that. So I guess this video it's kind of a little bit all over the place as normal, but we got this. I've been driving this thing, like I said, all around, putting some miles on the engine, checking everything over. It drives really great. Man, this thing's got some power to it, a lot more than what the other one was, 100 times more than the other one was, it seems like. So much more power, and it drives great. It kind of, I lowered it down. I don't think I ever showed the video of that, but it was a long time ago. I lowered it down. I don't know if it's too low or what, but you can see it's kind of, rear tires are kind of cambered in a little bit, but man, it drives great, and it handles great for what it is. So, but anyway, that's it for this video. Next video, I have no idea what we're going to be doing. I have no idea. I think I got some stuff ordered for that. I'm trying to pay off bills. I'm trying to get some stuff paid off. My bunch of credit cards and stuff. You guys know how this. You guys know the story. So I haven't really been buying any parts or anything lately. I've been trying to get stuff paid off. That's my goal, get stuff paid off. I'm tired of having debt. But anyway, y'all be good to each other and get out there and live your dreams. Do something you've never done before. Enjoy life while you have it. I'll catch you on the next one.